Hi, I'm Sora Luxon, and this is Lesson 2, Warnings and Dangers. First off, I'm not a doctor. I have no applied medicine education, licensing, or any kind of training. Obviously, I struggle to pronounce appendectomy correctly, which doesn't matter much since it doesn't usually come up in daily conversation. But for all the obvious and legal reasons, I need to say this first and foremost. I am not a doctor, nor am I a therapist or psychologist. I'm an occultist. If you need or simply want a doctor, therapist, or psychologist to work with, please go make an appointment with one. Wonderful. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into all the dangers of the occult and all the warnings it's time to admonish you with so I can really scare the heck out of you before you spend any time proceeding further. So, the occult and magic can be dangerous. Anything can be dangerous. A stuffed animal is dangerous if you set it on fire and toss it through an open window. Not that I'm suggesting someone do that. I'm not. Don't do that. I'm just pointing out the obvious that anything can be dangerous if it's used incorrectly. Magic isn't immune to that. Right from the beginning, the occult often appeals to a specific subset of personality types that are already vulnerable. And magic is a powerful, powerful tool. It isn't a toy. So when erratic or unprepared individuals seek it out, especially for the wrong reasons, the consequences tend to be as extreme as those individuals' internal dilemmas are. Many people turn to magic for egoic, self pleasing reasons because it's so widely misunderstood. And a lot of people seem to look to it for entertainment because of previous conditioning to see it that way. And then suddenly, both these groups of people are left holding on to what they thought was a teddy bear. But now it's alive with blue fire, explosive, and volatile. Then one of two things is usually going to happen. They either try to continue holding on to this thing, this very dangerous thing that they're using incorrectly, without changing their method, and the hypothetical stuffed animal explodes all over them, creating all sorts of havoc in their mind and body and life. Or they abruptly realize that the teddy bear's on fire, and instead of holding on to it, they throw it as hard and fast as they can away from themselves and go screaming for the hills. Yeah. Before it goes boom in their face, which means that it's going to go boom somewhere else in someone else's face. Which is even worse, really, because that energetic dismissal and discharge is going to return to them again anyway after it finishes doing damage wherever they tossed it or left it, because of the rules of manifest compensation operating with cause and effect. Those are principles detailed explicitly in Hermetic law, and I'll get into detail about them in their own specific lessons. Suffice it to say that magic is dangerous and often attracts individuals who are not up to the task of confronting those dangers yet. Magic is also full of obstacles, hurdles, roadblocks, necessary sacrifices. It's hard work, training, both mental and physical. It requires massive amounts of authentic sincerity, of diligence, persistence, possibly more than anything else, self discipline. It's worth it. Well worth it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, if you are up to the task or still want to pursue it, there's a massive amount of other type of warnings you need to evaluate and acknowledge before you proceed. Like the secrecy that's involved in practicing occult magic. It's there for a reason. It's there for a lot of reasons. But one of those reasons is to protect you directly and to protect those around you. Because magic is powerful and dangerous if used wrongly. The tradition of occult secrecy is less of a tradition and more of an absolute necessity for a whole host of reasons, which you'll find out for yourself if you choose to proceed with working with magic. The things I'm saying to you now violate none of my own oaths because it's information you can find for yourself through many other good and credible sources quite publicly if you wanted. And to put it frankly, you wouldn't be listening to this now if you weren't meant to, for better or worse. And if you don't want to use the information I'm presenting to you, don't. Walk away and find what works for you. I'm not interested in recruiting people to a magical belief system or in convincing others of how right I am based on my own perspective and belief. I'm not. I'm human and I'm fallible, and we all are. And the study and practice of magic isn't about convincing anyone of anything. If occult magic isn't your thing, then some other wonderful and amazing avenue of inquiry is out there waiting for you to find it. And I am not interested in interfering with that, or any natural law for that matter. So now that you've been warned, you've been warned. That's my best Ghost of the Dread Pirate Roberts, by the way. Yeah, you're welcome. Now that you've been warned of the many dangers, hurdles, obstacles, sacrifices, work magic will confront you with, you can choose to continue or not. And I can sit back, comfortable in the knowledge that I did tell you it wouldn't be easy, only that it would be worth it. And yeah, it really is. Until next time.